Next on ABC 7 News at 6, a community in mourning. San Jose continues to grieve as we hear from the family of the gunman. And it is usually one of the more colorful celebrations, San Francisco's Carnaval. How this year's event is encouraging people to get vaccinated. And Memorial Day is often referred to as the unofficial start of summer. Could this year be the unofficial end to the pandemic? We take a look at holiday travel when ABC 7 News at 6 starts right now.
Building a better Bay Area. Moving forward, finding solutions. This is ABC 7 News.
A growing memorial and a search for answers. People are remembering those who died in the mass shooting in San Jose as the father of the gunman issues an apology. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Dion Lim. You are watching ABC 7 News at 6 live here on ABC 7, Hulu Live, and wherever you happen to stream. A South Bay community still struggling to move forward in the wake of Wednesday's horrific mass shooting at the VTA rail yard. 9 employees were shot and killed by their very own co-worker. ABC 7 News reporter Cornell Barnard joins us live in San Jose with this developing story. Cornell.
Dion, investigators still processing the crime scene here at the VTA rail yard. That's where the shooting massacre took place. The FBI now part of this investigation. A memorial to the victims is growing nearby at City Hall. The suspect's father now apologizing to victims' families.
I don't know. I just feel like I want to be here, be part of this.
Sylvia brought flowers and her own silent prayers to the growing memorial outside San Jose City Hall for 9 VTA employees whose lives were cut short by a gunman.
This is our town, and we have to support each other, and we have to support all these families. They're hurting right now.
Chaplains from Billy Graham Ministries are here offering support.
And we just want to be able to enter into a person's life who's been impacted, they're in a state of crisis, and just provide some emotional and spiritual support for them.
The home of suspected gunman Samuel Cassidy is now boarded up. Police have left this neighborhood on Angmar Court. On Friday, police detonated what was initially thought to be a suspicious device found at Cassidy's home. Investigators revealed the alleged VTA gunman had an arsenal of weapons. It's evidence that remained even after the mass shooter simultaneously set his home on fire while he shot and killed 9 of his co-workers at this VTA rail yard Wednesday.
There was a pot on the stove at the residence. The stove was likely turned on. Inside the pot, they located ammunition. Around the pot, there was accelerants.
Investigators uncovered an estimated 25,000 rounds of ammunition, a dozen guns, and 17 Molotov cocktails. They say Cassidy's guns weren't locked away, rather stashed near different doorways, ready to use. At the rail yard 11 miles away, Cassidy first killed several co-workers in one building, then was seen on this surveillance video calmly walking over to a second building where he murdered several more. Cassidy's father, James, told our media partners at the Mercury News he apologizes to the victims' families for his son's unthinkable acts, saying, "I don't think anything I could say could ease their grief. I'm really, really very sorry." Investigators say no clear motive still in this crime. Cassidy's father also telling our media partners at the Merc that he saw his son just last week and there was no hint that anything was wrong. VTA planning a public memorial to all the victims sometime in the future. Live in San Jose, Cornell Barnard, ABC 7 News.
Still so many questions. All right, many thanks to you, Cornell Barnard, as always. Now, you too can help support the families of victims in this. Just head to abc7news.com/takeaction. We have information about how to donate to the families directly impacted by this gun violence. With many in San Jose still mourning, the Tech Interactive Science Center reopened on a somber note.
Our community has been through a lot lately, and it's been 443 days since we last welcomed kids and families through our doors.
Yeah, hard to believe it's been that long. After a moment of silence, the public was allowed into the building for the first time since March 12th of last year. Masks and social distancing were required, and some of the hands-on exhibits remained closed.
So we've been following the most strict standards that were available. We are still going to be holding masks. All of our kids are, a lot of our kids are under 12, so we want to make sure that we are being as safe as possible here.
Capacity will stay limited in accordance with public health guidelines. You will need to, though, buy tickets in advance. Well, Carnaval San Francisco is pouring efforts into vaccinating the community this year instead of holding its annual parade. There was entertainment as usual, but organizers say their mission now is to be a source of help and of information. They've set up a vaccination and resource fair in the Mission with shots available at 3 locations. The group says Latinos make up 15% of the population, but half of all positive COVID-19 cases in the city.
When the pandemic hit, we knew right away that our community needed our support. The community's always given to us for over 40 years, and we felt that this was our time to give back fully.
The event continues tomorrow from noon until 5, and while there is no parade, there will be music and socially distanced performances. Well, to the East Bay, it was a beautiful day if you wanted to get vaccinated. Kaiser Permanente set up a mobile health fair at Lake Merritt in Oakland this afternoon. The Get Healthy at the Lake Festival was all about providing a convenient way for people to receive their shots. Appointments were not necessary. The festival brought out community members of all ages, including a 12-year-old Brentwood resident who told ABC7 she was nervous but happy about receiving her vaccine.
Yeah, my legs were shaking like when it was like the first time I went on a roller coaster.
This is important because it's bigger than me. This is a sense of community. We together need to come and get vaccinated because we all live together. It's a community of being healthy.
Yeah, community being the key there. Kaiser partnered with True Vine Ministries to organize today's health fair. Well, turning now to the holiday weekend, and with more people getting vaccinated, there is definitely a spike in travel. I mean, check this out. The beach in Santa Cruz, certainly a popular destination this Memorial Day weekend. You can see there on the sand a pretty decent-sized crowd. You can see they're also socially distanced. Quite a few people, they are also going in the water there. And check out this live picture from Lake Tahoe, where they are also seeing some pretty massive crowds this weekend. Visitors are packing beaches and restaurants for a post-pandemic summer celebration. The city says they are excited to welcome people back, but South Lake borders Nevada, a concern for the city council as more people there head to the lake.
We have Nevada guidelines that say one thing and California guidelines currently still saying another thing up until June 15th. Please do respect our restaurants. You will have to wear a mask when you go inside a restaurant.
Another concern is littering. After more than a year of mostly empty beaches, officials do ask that visitors remember to pack their trash and keep everything clean. Well, millions of Americans are expected to hit the roads and take to the skies this holiday weekend. On Friday, the TSA screened the most passengers in one day since the pandemic began. And demand for gas, that has skyrocketed despite the highest prices at the pump in years. ABC News reporter Ike Ejiochi has more.
This Memorial Day weekend is poised to look more like holidays did before the coronavirus pandemic.
If you're vaccinated, go enjoy your Memorial Day weekend.
AAA says 34 million travelers are expected to hit the roads. According to Gas Buddy, demand for gas on Friday was up 42% from the same Friday last year, even with gas prices at a 7-year high. The national average now just over $3 a gallon. Airlines are gearing up for the increased travel. The TSA projected to screen more than 6 million passengers through the weekend, nearly 2 million passing through security checkpoints on Friday alone, setting a new pandemic one-day air travel record.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. We're both vaccinated, so that's why we decided to travel. I'm sure a lot of people are feeling the same way as we are.
Masks are still required in airports and while on planes.
The mask mandate is a federal mandate in airports and on airplanes, and that's going to hold true probably until mid-September.
Nearly 60% of eligible Americans having received at least one dose of vaccine. This weekend, New Jersey and Massachusetts becoming the latest states to drop their mask mandates.
We're getting our lives back. Stores and restaurants up and down Main Street are hanging open signs on their front doors.
And as the unofficial start of summer kicks off, the CDC, with its recommendations for camps, no masks or social distance for kids who are fully vaccinated, unvaccinated children should still wear masks, and everyone should wear masks in crowded settings. Ike Ejiochi, ABC News, Washington.
Well, continuing on this theme of travel, airlines are pushing back against bad behavior. You have probably seen this video by now, a passenger punching a flight attendant. What one major carrier did today in response. And we've lost an actor who was on some of TV's most iconic shows, including playing the captain on The Love Boat. We'll remember the life of Gavin McLeod when we return.
And I'm meteorologist Tuma. We are starting off the holiday weekend with cooler than average temperatures, but it's about to get hotter over the next couple of days. We're going to have the numbers and the AccuWeather forecast.